know how your dream will be achieved, but if you believe with unwavering certainty that it will be achieved, you will attract to yourself the ideas, the people, and the circumstances needed for its realization. The world steps aside for the man who knows where he is going and believes he will arrive. Faith is not merely a hope, it is cultivated through repetition. Speak your goal aloud each day. Write it down. Picture yourself already in possession of it. Through constant affirmation, your subconscious mind accepts it as fact and works tirelessly to make it real. Remember this: no man is defeated until he accepts defeat as permanent. So long as you hold faith, you cannot fail. Secret number 3, organized planning. Every great success begins with a definite plan. Wishes and hopes are powerless unless translated into action through strategy. Napoleon conquered Europe not with dreams alone, but with plans executed to perfection. Your plan need not be flawless at the beginning. In truth, most first plans fail. But defeat is not final. Adjust, revise, and improve until the plan serves its purpose. A person who refuses to plan is planning to fail. Surround yourself with minds greater than your own. Form a mastermind group, a circle of trusted advisors, colleagues, or friends who bring knowledge and perspective. No single individual possesses all wisdom, but when minds unite in harmony, they create a power greater than any one man could summon. With a plan and with counsel, desire becomes achievement. Have you ever wondered why life hurts sometimes? Why you had to go through heartbreak, betrayal, loss, or failure? It's easy to ask, why me? But here's the truth. Your pain is not pointless. Your pain has a purpose. Every struggle you face is shaping you. Every tear you cry is watering the soil of your destiny. Pain is not the end. Pain is the process. Think about muscles. They don't grow without resistance. Every rep, every stretch, every bit of soreness builds strength. Your faith, your character, your resilience, they grow the same way. Some of the strongest people you know, they didn't get there by living easy lives. They were forged in fire. They turned their pain into power. Joseph was betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, thrown into prison for a crime he didn't commit. But every painful season was preparing him to stand in the palace, to save a nation in famine. Your story may feel broken right now, but broken pieces still build beautiful things. Pain has a way of preparing you for what comfort never could. The question is not, why am I in pain? The question is, what is my pain producing? Maybe it's producing empathy, so you can comfort someone else. Maybe it's producing patience, so you can handle bigger blessings. Maybe it's producing strength. So when life shakes you, you won't collapse. Don't despise the pain. Don't waste the lesson. Every scar tells a story of survival. Every wound can become a weapon. So if you're hurting right now, don't give up. Don't let pain make you bitter. Let it make you better, because your pain is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of your purpose. What if the very thing you're frustrated about, the unanswered prayer, the closed door, the waiting season, is the very thing God is using to prepare you for the blessing you've been asking for? Sometimes God delays because He's protecting you. What you think you're ready for could crush you if it came too soon. A blessing at the wrong time can feel like a burden. That's why God withholds until the timing is perfect. Think about David. He was anointed king as a teenager, but he didn't sit on the throne until years later. In the gap, he faced lions, bears, and giants. Why? Because the crown requires character. The delay wasn't rejection, it was preparation. David's private battles prepared him for his public destiny. God does the same with us. Maybe He hasn't opened that door yet because He's teaching you discipline. Maybe He hasn't released that relationship yet because He's growing your identity in Him. Maybe He hasn't brought the breakthrough yet because He's fortifying your faith. The truth is, God's delays are often disguised training grounds. He is developing the strength in you to carry what He's about to release to you. If He gave you everything you prayed for too soon, you might give up when the weight of responsibility hits. But by waiting, you'll be ready to not just receive the blessing, but sustain it. And here's something powerful. Delay refines your desires. In waiting, you discover whether you want God's will or just your own. When prayers aren't answered right away, you're forced to press deeper, to seek His presence more than His presence. That's when faith matures. Isaiah 40:31 says, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles." Notice, it doesn't say those who rush ahead or those who give up, but those who wait. Waiting renews strength. Waiting builds endurance. Waiting transforms you from weak to warrior. So if you feel delayed right now, don't despise it. Delays are divine training grounds. They are God's way of saying, I'm preparing you for something greater. Hold on to faith. Because when the breakthrough comes, you'll realize the waiting wasn't wasted. It was working. When God delays, He's not ignoring you. He's strengthening you. Just because something hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it's not in His plan. God's delays are not denials, they are divine setups. Think of a seed. When you plant it, you don't see anything on the surface right away. For weeks, maybe months, it looks like nothing is happening. But beneath the soil, roots are growing deep, foundations are forming, and the seed is preparing for life above the surface. If you judge the seed by what you saw on day one, you'd think it was dead. But it was only delayed, not denied. Faith grows the same way. Faith is not built when everything is instant. Faith grows strongest in the waiting, in the not yet, in the moments where you have no choice but to trust God's timing. If He gave you everything you asked for right away, your faith would never stretch, your character would never mature, and your trust in Him would never deepen. Look at Abraham. God promised him a son, but he waited 25 years before Isaac was born. Why the wait? Because God wasn't just giving Abraham a child, He was making Abraham into the father of nations. He wasn't just answering a prayer, He was building faith that could carry a destiny. Delay forces us to ask, do I trust God's plan, or do I only trust His hand? If you only trust God when He moves quickly, your faith is shallow. But if you can trust Him when nothing makes sense, your faith is strong. Here's the truth. When God delays, it's never wasted time. He is developing endurance, patience, and strength within you. He's teaching you to walk by faith, not by sight. He's aligning circumstances you cannot see and preparing you for blessings you cannot yet handle. So if you're in a season of waiting, don't confuse God's silence with His absence. He is closer than you think, working deeper than you know. Trust the delay. It is shaping your faith for the future He has prepared. To train your aura to attract wealth, you must first cleanse it of the poisons that block prosperity. Fear, envy, resentment, and doubt. They cling to your energy like rust on metal, corroding your natural magnetism. Every time you tell yourself you are not enough, every time you compare yourself to another man and shrink in his shadow, you are dimming your own frequency. The first discipline of the wealthy is not to accumulate money, it is to guard their inner state. They know that fortune follows the man who refuses to poison his spirit with negativity. Look back through history and you'll see the same principle alive in every titan. Henry Ford faced failure after failure before building the automobile empire. What set him apart? Not luck, not chance. His aura radiated belief so strong that even when others mocked him, even when engineers told him his idea was impossible, he persisted. Ford did not merely think wealth, he became the vibration of inevitability. And because his aura carried that certainty, the world eventually rearranged itself around his vision. You too must train your aura to become undeniable. Every morning when you wake, your aura reflects the state of your first thoughts. If you rise in worry, your aura broadcasts scarcity all day long. But if you rise in gratitude, in vision, in faith that today will open doors, you shift your frequency immediately. Gratitude is the great tuner of wealth. It aligns your energy with increase instead of lack. Say aloud, I already live in abundance. Speak it until your cells believe it. Because wealth is not something you chase on the outside. It begins with the inner resonance you carry everywhere you go. Understand this. People feel your aura before they hear your words. Business partners sense your certainty or your fear. Employers notice your energy before your resume. Investors read your vibration before they read your plan. If your aura is weak, scattered, or filled with doubt, they pull away without knowing why. But if your aura radiates confidence, clarity, and wealth consciousness, they lean in. They want to be near you, to trust you, to follow your lead. That is the hidden force of prosperity, the aura that precedes your actions. Napoleon Hill called this the mastermind principle, not just aligning with others, but aligning your own inner frequency so powerfully that others harmonize with you. Imagine a tuning fork. Strike one, and another nearby begins to vibrate in resonance without being touched. That is how a trained aura works. Your wealth vibration activates prosperity in others, and together you create opportunities that could never exist alone. But here's the truth. Training your aura is not a one-time act. It is a discipline. Just as a body must be exercised, your aura must be strengthened daily. Through meditation, through gratitude, through affirmations, through decision, through service, you condition your energy to hold its frequency even when storms surround you. Because storms will come, doubt will whisper, failure will knock. The untrained aura collapses under pressure. The trained aura grows stronger in it. Secret number 4, persistence. Persistence is the sustained effort that transforms desire into destiny. It is the one quality that ensures results when all else seems to fail. Most men surrender at the first sign of difficulty. They grow weary, they lose faith, and they abandon their purpose. But those who persist, those who rise after each fall, who knock again and again until the door is opened, these are the ones who master fate. Thomas Edison met with thousands of defeats before giving the world the electric light. Yet he did not call them failures, only steps toward discovery. Had he lacked persistence, mankind might still live in darkness. Every obstacle carries within it the seed of an equal or greater advantage. Persistence nourishes that seed until it bears fruit. Build the habit of persistence through small acts of endurance, repeated daily until you become unstoppable. Secret number 5, the power of the mastermind. No great fortune, no lasting success has ever been achieved by one man alone. The mastermind principle is the alliance of 2 or more people working in harmony toward a common goal. When 2 minds meet in agreement, a third mind is born, an invisible force greater than either one alone. It is through this mysterious principle that industries are built, discoveries are made, and empires are created. Henry Ford surrounded himself with men of talent in engineering, finance, and management. Though he had little formal education, he drew upon their genius to construct one of the greatest industries of his time. Alone, he could have done little. Together, they accomplished much. Choose your associates with care. Seek those who uplift you, who challenge you, and who share your vision. Your environment shapes your destiny. In unity of purpose, your combined strength will achieve in 1 year what you could not achieve alone in a lifetime. Now you hold the 5 great secrets: a definiteness of purpose, faith, organized planning, persistence, and the mastermind. These are the laws of success, eternal and unchanging. They have carried men from poverty to riches, from obscurity to fame, from mediocrity to greatness. Do not merely hear them, apply them, take up your purpose, nurture your faith, build your plan, persist without ceasing, surround yourself with allies who believe in you, then watch as life bends to your will and grants you riches beyond imagination. Remember always, success is not reserved for the chosen few, but for the few who choose it.